How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Monster Hunter Wilds, and in today's episode, we're gonna mount a sacred. You know what? I gotta fucking... No, I don't know why I expect this game to allow me to go into first-person view. For some reason. I can zoom in like this, I guess. Alma is, you know, your handler, basically. In Monster Hunter World, you had a character that was just called the Handler. She didn't have a name. She was just a handler. She was this girl following you around who was basically responsible for your missions, and you would talk to her to accept missions and shit. She would also like brief you at the beginning of each mission, and she would like help you out a little bit. But in Monster Hunter World, she must have been the most fucking annoying character in the entire story. Because I really fucking hated how she spoke for you all the goddamn time. I know my protagonist is silent, but it doesn't fucking mean that you get to make choices for me without asking me fucking whether I want to or not. And it was so fucking annoying. Alma's like fucking 100 times better. I love her. She's great. Anyway, let's get the fuck out. Okay, up to mount. Follow green. Let's go, Sweetwater. That's my cat's name, by the way, Sweetwater. I do prefer how this game is supposedly easier, you know, than Monster Hunter World, because if I had another goddamn Nergigante situation on my hand where I'm gonna be recording an episode for 3 fucking hours, just one episode for 3 hours, and then I cut it so it would be shorter and it still end up being an hour and 45 minutes long. I think I cried in that fucking episode because I was just so sick and tired of this shit. Okay, maybe this episode we're actually gonna fight. Oh yeah, I'm also having some the game's kind of laggy sometimes. I'll be honest with you, this is as brilliant as this game is, and as awesome to play it is. The story is, well, just good. It's a cool enough little fantasy story, not too crazy, but you know. I do like games that at least try to have a story instead of just giving up on that and being like, yeah, whatever, we're just gonna have a bunch of missions that aren't connected to anything. But it's like the graphics in the game are good, but it's just something about the lighting and just the presentation of this game that just doesn't look all that great. Not to mention it stutters sometimes.
I can't just leave him.
I'll help. Hurry.
And like none of the people I know are into the Monster Hunter series. I wouldn't call myself a huge fan either, but like at least I've played World. And you know what, when I see footage of this game and it's just a bunch of shit on the screen. Chupacabra. I feel like this game is easier because some of the attacks monsters do don't knock you out. So you can just simply tank some of the attacks so monsters do to you. And also dodging it is just like way easier in this game. I often just go into missions without like any preparations. Sometimes I enter missions without even full health. I'm just like, whatever, I'll gain some health on the way. Gnarly sword time. Sword is faster, deals less damage though. And we can activate focus mode. I know that when you're in focus mode, you can kind of do your basic attacks like I just kept doing, but if you go into focus mode and you see a part of a monster glowing red, you can try using piercing attacks on these red parts, and that will cause a lot of damage for the monster. Oh wait, the arm. You can tell that I've been dealing damage to the wounded parts because the damage to the wounded parts has like a little X around the damage numbers. And you knock out a monster and you deal additional damage. nice, and you can do this combo of... I just like this axe, you know? Really enjoying it. It blows up. I think... I don't know if this weapon was in Monster Hunter Worlds. But you know what? Nah, I don't think. Like I said last episode, I've beaten Monster Hunter World before, and you can watch it. It's like a fucking proof of it. That I did it all by myself. And it's like... I think that's one game that I'll always praise and say that it's a fucking amazing, brilliant game. But I really don't fucking feel like ever replaying it. Like I don't see any reason why I would want to. If it's somehow story-wise connected with this game, I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna recap what happened in Monster Hunter World by playing through it again for the release of Monster Hunter Wilds. But I don't really have that. I don't really feel a need to do that. Also today, I think I'm gonna record a video of the Harry Potter Quidditch champion or whatever. So after Borderlands pre-sequel, that video would have come out, if I make it, and then this Let's Play. I mean, by the time you watch this video, the pre-sequel's over, and the Harry Potter video should have been out already.
Hey, monster! Over here! I'm the one you want!
Yeah, distracting Sweetwater. Hell yeah, GCP and Sweetwater back at it again. Last time we seen Sweetwater on this channel was a long time ago, cause sometimes if I play an RPG such as Skyrim, which I recently, like over a year ago, but a while back I've beaten all of Skyrim, right? I already had that. There's like healing stuff around you too, so you don't need to waste potions if you don't have any, cause... Oh yeah, over here you have like a little equipment wheel, so I have 8 potions, 8 mega potions. The easiest thing to do in this game is... Oh, see, for example, I have auto crafting. Okay, don't tell me... Oh, but actually that's a good opportunity because the game paused. You can... when you get later access to your equipment and everything, you can basically choose to auto-craft certain items. So for example, if you pick up herbs, it will automatically turn those herbs into potions. So I just went from 8 potions to 10 potions because I picked up a herb. I thought that's what the tutorial would have been about, but no. And you know what? I found it the easiest to just turn on all of the important auto-crafting things, and when you're like chasing a monster and the monster runs away, instead of just chasing after it like immediately, just not fucking letting go, like take a little moment to like, you know, refresh, sharpen your weapon. Like no one's fucking... I don't think missions in this game are timed. I mean, maybe they are timed, but like you have plenty of time to kill the monster. And it's like, pick up some stuff on the way to the monster, heal yourself up with some environment healing items, sharpen your weapon, do a bunch of shit, you know? Pick up some crystals. You can pick up crystals, and there's like a cool armor set that I want to craft later, and... Oh, that's where the characters hit, that's cool. Okay, so the Froggy Chupacabra frog went over there. By the way, not only do we have Sweetwater in this game, but we also have the Sacred. And later we'll be able to customize the Sacred and basically make him like a third member of our team. And I'm not sure if you picked up on that, because I think it's not an obvious reference, but GZB is named and modeled after GZB from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Why did I do that? Well, when I was making my character in Monster Hunter World, I was kind of trying to be like, okay, what's the least fantasy thing ever? And I thought like a 90s pimp from San Francisco is probably the least fantasy thing I can think of. So that's why I made him my protagonist. And Sweetwater is named after a pimp from Leisure Suit Larry, which is a series of PC adventure games. So basically both GZB and Sweetwater are named after pimps from video games. Stuck on that? think it glitched out. I had a glitch in this game actually, where a monster straight up froze in place, and I was just allowed to wail on it until it fucking died. Basically, whenever an enemy's down, I just do that charge attack thing. Okay, the Froggy is not frozen in place. Just kind of picked a weird place to take a nap. I dare to say that I'm fucking this guy up. What's he doing? Is he licking his wounds or something? I'm just standing over here wailing on him. I'm not sure what he's supposed to be fucking doing. Oh yeah, I wanted to take a moment to like change the volume of the game because it's kind of loud. Oh, I think I missed. Oh, and there you go. Okay, I guess I won't sharpen the weapon.
I knew you were the best.
You know, you defeat and also another thing I found in this game that I think it's much easier than in Monster Hunter World is that I find it so far that from just one or two monsters you can basically craft a full set of their armor. But like in Monster Hunter World, sometimes to craft a full set of an armor, I would have to hunt the same monster like over and over and hope that the monster would actually give me the pieces that I want and need for the armor, because not always they did. Sometimes they would just fucking ignore me and give me some piece, and I would have like a million pieces that I don't fucking need and not the one piece that I really need for an armor set. We've done it, Sweetwater. Ah, the sacred age, Sweetwater's food. Hilarious. Here we have like a results screen. Also, this game talks about how it's the first Monster Hunter game that's open world. And that's somewhat true, but it's not like the game is made out of a big open world with seamless transition from one biome to another. I feel like they didn't quite figure out how to seemingly go from one biome to another. So we start off in the desert, then we go to a forest, later we go to like rocky mountains, or like caves, I guess. Not sure where we go later, but haven't gotten to that part. And it's like, it's cool, but it's not exactly open world, is it? It's just that they have like instead of how in Monster Hunter World you have a hub world and then you accept missions from the hub world and then you have to wait a loading screen and then go into the open area where you hunt monsters. In this game, you go into a camp, accept missions, and then you just simply go to the monster from the camp. There's no like loading screens you have to wait through. Alright. Making progress, baby. Sharpen the weapon, goddammit. Nice. This weapon does look kind of stupid when you have it on your back like that. It's kind of like a mess. Like you're looking at it and you're like, what the fuck even is this? The charge axe definitely had a lot more grace. But I also figured while I was playing on my other character that, you know, picking the same weapon for the two Monster Hunter games I'm playing on this channel might be kind of boring. And you know what, Monster Hunter World, I made that Let's Play on release when the game came out. I made like an unlisted video on my channel. If you somehow find it, then you can watch it, where I played the demo or the beta or whatever for Monster Hunter World, and I'm like, man, this game is pretty cool, maybe I'll play it. And then I fucking made a whole Let's Play of it, and it's probably the most It might sound silly, but like a Let's Play I'm kind of proud of, because the game's fucking difficult. Oh. I think a monster can destroy it. I was hoping I could destroy it. Yeah, there's just like a million fucking things on your screen at all times, and you might find it a little bit overwhelming to like figure out what all this stuff is. But honestly, I oftentimes just don't even pay attention to most of it. Especially when these fucking wheels pop up and you're like, oh shit, what is all this shit? Alright, plot people, what's up? I mentioned how Geralt DLC
It's safe now.
was a major inspiration for why the protagonist is voiced in this game.
There.
And while that might be true, what I wanted to talk about is yesterday I watched this Witcher animated movie that came out recently called The Witcher Sirens of the Deep or something like that.
Thank the winds.
I fucking heard this movie compared to just other garbage and that it's fucking hideous and awful. And like,
Allow us to introduce
but
ourselves.
don't you dare fall in love with my waifu. She mine.
Did you really do that?
To what?
There's
Kill
no
the
way you
stupid
should
little
be able
frog?
to. So, how?
Bro, I got a Swiss Army knife on my back the size of you. If I picked up you by the feet and wailed on the frog with your body,
Where is
don't you
she?
think it would have died eventually?
She's safe. Don't worry.
And the Swiss Army knife I got is like sharp, so it died faster than that. Yeah, I've watched that fucking Witcher movie. And you know what? It's like The Little Mermaid, except there's a lot more blood and sex scenes.
Any trouble finding us?
None
Oh, look
all,
at that
thanks to
kitty,
your
it's so
flair.
cute. And it's like, I don't understand why people compared it to like garbage and shit. And I was like, well, I mean, it's like, it's fine. Why are people being so fucking hard on it
You
though?
must be Isai.
And I don't want to spoil the story because what I liked about the story was that I kept trying to predict what's gonna happen. And the movie had at least like unique spins of,
Your sister's just over there.
like, sure, I was right most of the time about my predictions of what's gonna happen,
This is a pretty well protected spot.
We could do a lot.
but it
worse
wasn't
for an
just
interim camp.
very simple. There was like a little bit more nuance to the plot.
Just a quick check. I'm telling you, we just need some space. She's fine.
Plus, I just wanted to hear a little bit more of
Which
Geralt.
we're perfectly capable of.
Kind of miss him.
Nona!
I would have totally played through Witcher 3 again, just to listen to Geralt, because he's such an entertaining character.
The winds.
But Witcher 3 is not the kind of game you just start and you play for like 20 minutes at a time.
Back to your stations.
Or you don't just start The Witcher and play it for a day and then give up. You like start a playthrough, you gotta fucking finish it. You gotta commit to it.
I didn't properly thank you before.
Just like Skyrim. You don't start Skyrim playthrough, go through Helgen, and then give
Didn't know
up.
what to say.
And be like, okay, that's enough of Skyrim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But there were some playthroughs of Skyrim I did that I never finished.
I'm Isai. My sister and I are from a nearby village.
You know what, if a friend, I mentioned last episode that I was gonna play this game with a friend of mine. If that friend of mine,
I'm Alma.
her name's,
The
her
others and I
nickname,
are here on a
wanna
search.
fucking use real names.
From a
Look at that
place called
fucking wheel in the back, Jesus Christ. It's fucking going. All this dialogue choices like a real RPG. Except they don't affect anything, but whatever. It kinda looked like the dialogue choices from The Witcher. I think actually, when you were playing the Geralt DLC, you could actually have dialogue choices. Like they implemented mechanics from The Witcher into the Monster Hunter world. That's what they should have called this game. Monster Hunter Wild Hunt. And... Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the movie. It's pretty cool. I don't know, if you're a fan of The Witcher, I think you should watch it. But it made me think just how much of a potential to be a huge multi-layered series Witcher has, but the lore of the series is very like surface level with some like glimpses into a deeper lore about the like war and different conflicts and backstories of certain kingdoms, but it all revolves around Geralt and Ciri later on, But like you don't really get any like stories about like other characters to give a perspective that the world doesn't revolve around these two. You know what I'm saying? Like when Star Wars has deep lore because a lot of Star Wars stories focus on different characters from that universe. And not just the same two. Like imagine if every fucking Star Wars show and production only followed the Skywalkers, so you only had Anakin and Luke, that's the main characters. Like Andor would have been about Luke, fucking, well, like, I guess it couldn't have been. Neither about Luke or Anakin. I guess it could have been about Luke, just that wouldn't make much sense. But whatever. What's your village?
Where's this village you say you're from?
I gotta change his voice, he sounds like a robot. I'm
It's
just gonna go
a
with the
short
default.
distance away by
I think what I
ship.
did was pick a voice and make it a little bit deeper. And it like
Would
fucked
you
up the
happen
voice.
to know of a tribe called the Keepers?
The Keepers? No, I don't. Sorry.
There's an option to paint your armors in this game, so if you have an armor set that looks really cool but has a stupid color that you don't like, you can change the color. But
They're called
it's
the
locked
Keepers.
for my other characters, so I don't know at what point in the game do you unlock that ability.
Sorry. I don't remember ever hearing that.
And
name
what's cool
before.
is that when you defeat a monster, you unlock its armor set. And there's two different armor sets per monster. There's a male armor set and a female armor set. And you can wear whichever one you choose, despite your gender you picked. And it's like you can miss and match too, which is actually really cool.
Thanks for letting us borrow your sacred earlier. They were a tremendous help.
Did you train them in your village?
Yes. We raised them from eggs. And
That
trained
little
them on
like motion that these guys do,
valuable to us as companions.
it's pretty cool actually. I like it.
They're so intelligent.
You know, where they put their
Really
hands
think
kind of
they're
like forming a
versatile.
circle. It reminds me of the like Final Fantasy
They're great
X.
at sensing and avoiding trouble.
I don't remember how it looked like, but in
And
Final
remembering
Fantasy
sense.
X,
But they're pretty tricky to handle.
there were like,
So not everyone's cut out for riding them.
Yuno would do a
Take this guy, for
thing
example.
with
You
her
won't
hand.
Just anyone ride him. He's almost too smart for his own good. So when I saw him take to you so easily, I was really impressed. He must have a gift.
That's right, Sweetwater, you have the gift.
How did you end up in that situation back there?
So like I said, GZB is supposed to be a protagonist that transcends different series. He's the same character in whichever game I'm playing as him.
I told Nona to
So
run
this
for it
guy's
while I got his
backstory
attention.
include that he defeated Alduin, which makes sense that I guess he would have defeated dragons, because this game also focuses on him fighting dragons.
Who exactly
And part of his
are
backstory is
the
that
two
he's a
of you?
pimp,
Oh, right. That
Right.
must have really surprised you earlier.
which is perfect, because in this game you're
Forgive me
pretty
for
much
my
always
lack of
followed by
understanding,
two
but
absolute
do you
hotties.
use those tools?
Like hell yeah. In Skyrim, for example, I made a rule that only female companions can follow me around, because I'm too cool to be followed by some stupid assholes.
Large creatures.
And I can only use double-handed axes,
With the understanding that they're never to be
because
brandished
that's
with other
Jeezy's
people's
weapon of choice. Big axes that he holds with two
Only
hands.
those with special permission are allowed to use them.
In Terraria, I made an exception, because Terraria has so many weapons I couldn't quite
Tools?
pick only axes.
Specialists?
In Portal Knights, there are axes in the game, but the character holds them with one
Glad you were
hand,
there.
no matter what. And Wonderlands, well, Wonderlands is a fucking shooter, so GZ had guns in that game. But you can also have melee weapons, and I made sure that my melee weapons I pick are only axes. That I'm only gonna use axes, not the swords or the other melee weapons I find. I'm not sure if there's much point in replaying Wonderlands before the release of Borderlands 4, because I do want to replay Borderlands 3 after I'm done replaying Borderlands 2 for the millionth fucking time. Because, once I'm done with this Let's Play, I'll go back to my Borderlands The Handsome Collection Let's Play, and we're gonna go through all of Borderlands 2. But I'm not gonna record another Let's Play Borderlands 3, but I think I might just make a playthrough on my own.
That won't do to keep you talking. Let's take a look at those wounds.
Why don't we have a look around base camp?
So cool that the kitties are speaking. Mission completion. There's a bunch of shit. There's Gemma, she makes armor sets. There's multiple camps, so like don't get used to just one of them.
Where should we go first?
There's a bunch of different cats. I don't think there's any other players so far. With optional stuff. Talk to your...
Well, if
This
it
guy
ain't
sells
Davis,
weapons. I mean, not
you here to
weapons.
stock up
He
on
sells
provisions?
items.
Well, you came to the right place, but we're still in the process of getting set up. The support team is a little behind schedule, so I can't really provide any provisions. Sorry. But they should be here any time now. I'll get back to you after the meeting. Deal?
To be honest with you, oh, look at these kitties. This one has a skull on it. To be honest with you, this guy sells like stuff. But I feel like you're better off just collecting things while you're out looking for monsters. Instead of buying shit from him. I don't know how desperate you would need to be to buy stuff from this guy. Instead of just, you know, getting shit from just finding it. He said I was really scared. I'm so sorry, I thought it was the only option, but I was a fool. Sup, Alma?
Right.
Wasn't Alma the name of the creepy girl from Fear? I think it was. It's a real blessing that there were no serious injuries. Okay, cool.
Hey there.
Don't hit on my girl.
Oh. Hello.
We were so caught up with these other two that we almost forgot that we picked up you before. How's
How are
it
you
going?
holding
I guess. I'm okay.
Thanks, Robot Man. Thank you for your concern,
So
creepy
surprised
AI
when you
generated
jumped off the boat
asshole.
onto that bird thing.
It's called a
It was
chocobo.
amazing.
You think so?
Yeah.
I can already tell I'm gonna like this Let's Play because I feel like I've done barely anything and the episode's almost over. So what you like?
So, what kind of things do you like?
Let's become friends.
I don't really
Let's
know.
bond and whatever people do. I don't know.
Liked the tea
I'm an
Elmo
AI. I'm
made
trying
for
to
us
learn
on
what a
his
human
ship.
does.
It was sweet and smelled nice.
That wasn't tea. That was poison.
Well, I hear you crossed the desert on foot.
Yes.
Actually,
Outside the
on
tunnel,
2 feet.
It was sand in every direction. Tashin.
If I crossed it on
that's
foot, I
my
would have been
father's
hopping to a
friend.
desert. That's
Gave me some
stupid.
Food and water. So I walked and walked
I guess the bald
until I couldn't go another
receiving
step.
hairline guy from the opening of the game is
Couldn't remember
Tashin.
anything after that.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna remember the names of the characters in this game, except for maybe Alma and Gemma. I got a feeling I'll be seeing those for a while after this game comes out, especially Gemma.
Let's talk again later.
But I'll see plenty of cosplay
Okay.
and plenty of fan art. Haven't seen any cosplay yet. Can go into my tent, but that's where you can customize the character. I hope I can. You know what? There was a voucher for customizing the character. I might just use that voucher only to change Jeezy's fucking voice because he sounds stupid. What's up, Gemma?
Welcome back, Hunter. Looking good out there.
I can say the
Thanks for
same.
looking after Nata and the
It's
other
like
kid.
tenfold.
Oh, a nice throw back there.
What can I say?
You can tell that Jeezy is using all of his might not to look her directly in the tits.
Yeah,
I mean, goddamn it.
Launched her right off the ship and onto a secret. That took guts. And I've seen my fair share of guts. Wait, that came out wrong. My point is, seeing you jump off the boat brought back all kinds of memories.
I was
Good
thinking like
memories,
maybe this
though.
game is like a sequel to World and there's like characters who are returning, but
Yeah, I used to go
yeah, like I
adventuring
said,
with a
I don't
hunter
remember a
just like
single
you.
character from Monster Hunter
Together we
Worlds.
tore up the land, sea, and
World.
sky. It made me the adventure and junkie I am today.
I remember the handler for all the wrong reasons. She was fucking annoying as fuck. I remember the Ron Perlman looking guy. Don't remember what his deal was. That was a character who was kind of like your senpai kind of thing, and he was voiced by Matthew Mercer. That's the only reason. That's the only thing I remember about it. Like he was voiced by Matthew Mercer, and that's it. I don't think I remember anyone else.
Well, I got everything set up and ready to go. What'd you think?
I think Monster Hunter might be another one of those series that, like, is perfectly set up to have a bunch of lore and an interesting fucking world, but then, like, you know, it's not like I'm gonna be finding books telling stories of events that happened 10,000 years ago or whatever. I'm just here to slay big monsters and not really give a shit about why I'm doing it or where the plot is. Though it's nice that they do have plot, because when I record Let's Plays,
It's not
I have a
ideal,
really
but
hard
I can
time
make
recording
do,
Let's Plays of
especially
games
since
that
we
don't
might
have
be
a
on the
plot,
move soon.
like
But don't
racing
you
games or
worry.
something like
I
that.
can still make anything
Like, what
we
am I
need
meant to
succeed
follow? How
out
am I
in the
meant to
field.
separate episodes? I prefer to play adventure games that have a
And if
beginning
you
and
got
an end.
materials, I can make you something.
That's
If
why
you don't
whenever I have
enough,
an
I got you
idea to
covered.
record a Minecraft Let's Play, I'm just like, how the fuck would I even do that? I can
Got
make
something
myself
in
an
mind?
armor. Okay, cool, whatever. These are all the starter armors, so, oh yeah, because I don't have any helmets on. Well, I could have this on. Wait. Oh, this.
Look good.
Let's have this.
Alrighty.
It'll give me additional 2 defense. You know what's stupid? I could have equipped that for free without having to spend...
Perfection.
Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, I did get it in my equipment. Now I have 2. Well, whatever. Not like the materials... Oh. You don't need any materials to make this. You just pay for it. Okay. You can even do a little preview and see what you would look like if you were wearing a full set of Hope armor, or let's say a full set of leather armor. You would look like this. Pretty cool, actually. Chainmail armor, just a generic ass looking knight. There's bone armor, which is pretty cool. Tribalistic looking shit. Ooh, digging it. We can see his pecs. And now we have the Chupacabra armor that I, you know, killed that big frog for. It does look kind of cool, actually. Yeah, kind of smexy. Smexy, I like it. And we can upgrade weapons. Obviously, I'm gonna focus on the switch axe. Look at that, we can make an upgraded version of the switch axe for just 2 iron ores. And you can make a bone. This one's really easy to make. All you need is a mystery bone and you will get a better version of the switch axe. Which is awesome. Then you can make later when you... I don't know really when do you... I think it depends on your hunter rank. You unlock more weapons to make. For example, if I have a bone sword, right? I can either go this route, and then it splits into these 2 other routes. Or I can go this route, or this route. Or I can go this route, but like first I need to unlock these. So far I can only make the bone sword and an upgraded version of the normal sword, but I don't have the materials. Armor from wish list.
What are we making?
I don't
today?
really want to depend on other people to make me stuff. Sounds stupid. Then we have Palico equipment. Huh, Sweetwater, tell you what. I might just make you this armor. And hats
Like
too,
that?
if I can afford it.
Alrighty.
I'm sure why she has to sharpen that generic looking sword to make an outfit.
Perfection.
Nice. And I
Ready
can
to get
afford a
to
hat.
Alrighty. Perfection.
We can skip it. Then if I had access to my fucking tent, I could have, you know... And the Kinsects are a thing for a different weapon. I believe Kinsects are the insect glaive specialty. And if you're using bow guns, Then you also have to manage ammunition. So I feel like using a switch axe is honestly probably the most like balanced experience in this game. There's also a lance. You can get a little previews of what it looks like. I heard the lance is really good. Hammer is like really simple to use. It's like the big sword, except it has like really low range. Like it has a really low range, but like it deals pretty good damage if you bonk someone over the head with it. Sword and shield is probably the most basic looking fucking setup in this game, but like, don't let it fool you, because I believe every weapon in this game has potential to be great. And there's a great sword. We used it a little bit last episode. Then there's like an upgraded version of the great sword called the long sword. It's kind of the same thing, but like probably harder to use. Then there's, I kind of noticed that like on the left you have the basic version of a thing, while on the right you have like an upgrade. So like you have a great sword, and then like a harder to use version would be the long sword. You can actually see on the bottom that great sword allows for guarding, while the long sword doesn't. Then you have sword and shield allows for guarding, while dual blades is kind of like if you replace the shield with another blade and you can't guard with it. Then you have a hammer, and you have a hunting horn, which is another blunt weapon, so it's kind of like a hammer, except you can play songs using it, and it gives like a bunch of buffs, and it's like a weapon that's definitely designed more to be played with. You know, like if you're using a hunting horn, you're definitely buffing your party. But I'm gonna play the game by myself, so like, then you have a gun, I mean a lance, and straight up a gun lance. So doesn't get more straightforward than that. That this is an upgrade of a lance. Switch axe, which is what I'm using, and then a charged blade, which I guess is like an upgrade to the switch axe. They kind of have a thing where they have two weapons in one. Then you have the insect glaive, which is a crazy weapon that allows for acrobatics. And then you have a light bow gun and a heavy bow gun and just a bow. Yeah, a bunch of shit. Change equipment. I think I'm looking pretty good. Change Palico's equipment. Sub-menu, select equipment. Toggle equipment preview. No, wait a minute. I just wanna fucking make it where you can't see this stupid hat on his head. No, I de-equipped the fucking thing. Or whatever, end
Well,
conversation.
that's enough chit-chat. See you later at the big huddle, yeah?
See ya. Glad Gemma's not just a blacksmith and she's like part of the main story, so we get we get to see and interact with her way more. Oh, my throat is fucking killing me today. Jesus Christ. Speaking of Witcher again, I am definitely making a Witcher 3 Let's Play at some point. I thought when I'm gonna make my Witcher Let's Plays, I'm actually gonna go from like in a different order. I'm gonna start with the third game and I'm gonna go like in the second game. And maybe by the time I get to that, the remake of the first game will come out, because the original Witcher 1 is quite dreadful to play nowadays. It's not very good. It's kinda... It's not that it's bad, it's just that it's clunky as fuck. It's like gothic. It's really hard to play and have a good time playing it as a herb. Whatever. So, yeah, I'll finish for now because we're 40 minutes in. See you fellas in the next episode. Bye.